I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there was an incident the other day at a smoke shop where a would-be robber was actually killed once a customer fought back. So from our peoples at 6ABC, there was exclusive video obtained by 6ABC that showed the moment a customer fought back against a would-be robbery suspect inside a Philadelphia smoke shop. Happened about 1 a.m. Tuesday on the 5300 block of 5th Street in Olney. So shout out to Olney. It's our old stomping grounds there. And police say that the male suspect, believed to be in his 20s, approached a 45-year-old man who was standing at an ATM inside the store. Within seconds, the customer is able to get a gun away from the suspect before shooting him several times. Quote, "I heard 2 pops. I woke up out of my sleep and I heard somebody scream." So the neighbor, of course, didn't want to be identified, who wants to be. But the suspect fled the store.
Not around there.
No, not at all. No, sir. So
don't talk to police.
No. Hide your face. So the suspect fled the store and was later found dead inside a stolen car on the 400 block of West Olney Ave. At one point during the struggle with the suspect, police say a bullet hit the man who was waiting for the victim outside of the smoke shop. He's expected to survive his injuries. The victim wasn't hurt at all. Residents in the neighborhood say that they're fed up with the gun violence, and people have been saying that it's really scary for a person like me, an old man. Police say that the person who drove the suspect to the store is still being sought out at this time. We'll definitely get you more information once it comes to us. But, bro, you got to see this video. This video is just crazy. So, literally, he's trying to go, this guy's trying to go to the ATM. He's trying to do his deal. He's minding his own business. And then next thing you know, it's just like bang, bang. Shots go. He grabbed the gun and then, dude, he tries to go. Here's the crazy shit. He gets the gun away from the would-be robber. The robber notices that he starts to jet towards the door. But I don't know if his boy on the outside, he closed the door. He closed the door on his own boy, his getaway person. He's like, oh no, he bounced, and that was it. Guy just picked up the gun, pam, shot him, and then the guy was screaming, and then the window busted at the same time, and then he literally staggered and crashed out the window, or crashed out the door of the actual smoke shop. So, who wants to start first?
Well, people are getting tired, man. They're getting tired of being the victims in a lot of these situations, man. It's like if you don't fight back, your chances of survival are like 50-50 now, man, in a lot of these situations.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be an uptick with a lot of this stuff, man. You got people, man, because I mean that is your constitutional right, the right to bear arms, Second Amendment.
Yeah.
You got people toting now, so you don't know who you robbing, even though you should not be robbing somebody, but you don't know. You might be robbing that wrong person, and you may not walk out alive. But one thing I'm starting to realize with a lot of these criminal activities, I'm noticing a lot of teenagers doing this craziness.
Yeah.
I'm starting to notice the increase with that, and it makes me wonder what is going on? What is going on out here? Where are my parents? Are they raising the kids, or what are they doing with these kids? Because your kids going out here doing armed robbery. I mean, man, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But it is happening, folks. It is happening out there in Philly, and please keep in mind other urban areas also.
Mm-hmm.
But I just see an increase with juvenile criminal activities right now.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. I mean, there was even another incident. I think there was a teenage girl or a young woman, the one who ran over those 2 state police officers, and condolences to their families, because they're just out there trying to do their job and trying to keep people safe out there. And of course, everybody hates them when they're speeding, of course, but they really bust their ass out there and try to keep law and order. And once again, condolences to their families. But either way, that girl was in her, I say, late teens, early 20s, and she ran
2, I think,
something like that. Yeah, and she ran She ran them both over, killed them both, and I think also another victim was involved in that too. So
the guy they were apprehended.
Mm-hmm. So GPS, obviously, you are a father of a teenage son, And you know, of course, he has to do his deal and go to work and everything. Sometimes during the day, sometimes in the evening. So I know you got a lot of thoughts about this.
Well, one of the things I try to tell them is that right now it's prime time on you. People can say you were almost anywhere, doing almost anything. But the fact that you have that government badge, clocking in and out of work on a regular basis, can say a whole lot as to where you were not.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, being out here in the street all night long, give yourself 1 or 2 nights a week. The rest of the time, you need to be up in here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay, or at your mom's, go to your grandmother's, whatever. But be somewhere that at least somebody could say you were somewhere else besides there. You had to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I got all kinds of eyes on this block. Somebody saw you go in the house.
The streets are watching, as the old saying goes. GPS.
All day.
Mm-hmm. All day, every day. So I know, Cortez, we talked about this during our last segments that we had, and you can look up all of our segments that we have if you missed any of our shows, of course, at our YouTube or on our Instagram. So please subscribe. Please check us out and tell other people about us. But you mentioned, Cortez, the gun manufacturers. They play a part in this too, because obviously they're not trying to stop their sales from going. But we also talked about the parents, you know. So what really needs to be done, even though we know it's the obvious?
Pretty much, man. The gun manufacturers, I know they don't want to take responsibility because their attitude is, look, once the gun gets out of the factory into the person's hands, we no longer have it. We don't have responsibility for it. Which that's why they asked this guy sued for the Columbine situation.
Yes,
they had to pay out for that because of their stupidity.
Yep.
So I really believe it is someone in Philly or organization in Philly that is selling these guns illegally, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are bypassing the gun manufacturers and they're going to take it right to the streets, man. Until they can figure out where the pipeline is at for these weapons, they're gonna continue to happen. Parents gotta be vigilant, man. Parents like GPS is vigilant with his son. He sits down, he talks with his son. He encourages his son. There's some parents out here, man. They see their kids like every 2 days, every 3 days, man. I'm like, wait a minute. I know you working and all that, but you don't check in on your child to see what they're doing, because if you're not raising your child, who is raising your child? Who's raising your child for you? That's why I feel as though parent accountability should be a big factor, man. I really think these parents need to get hit and get rocked hard for this stuff, man, because, you know, if you're not doing your job, somebody else is doing your job. It don't look pretty. I mean, you got all these people running out here doing this dumb stuff, you know, and they underage. I really believe, man, that those are probably the biggest problems that we have in the city right now, is parent participation. Also, accountability wherever these guns are coming from. I mean, I really believe the police need to spend more time trying to figure out where the pipelines are at for these weapons, because they're doing the best they can do.
Right.
They're doing the best they can do. And then you got cats yelling, defund the police. If they took the police off the street, you think it's bad now? Shoot, it'll get worse quick, because then it's like martial law equivalents of martial law going on. So I mean, yeah, parents, you gotta step up.
Yes,
gun manufacturers, I'm not expecting you to do anything because you're making money.
Sadly,
but it's a pipeline out here. Somehow those guns are getting into Philly and getting into the hands of these kids, man.